Hello. Happy Wednesday, I think. Okay, so I finished cutting out these bombs. It's very hard for me while there is chaos that involves war in the world to sit down and do a very intricate task that requires precision and concentration. So, uh, it's been interesting working on this war related collage piece while we are in a war with the people involved in this collage piece, right? But I'm super happy with how it came out. I got the handwriting to fit into each of the different bomb sizes. And I'm just naming this piece Love Israel, I guess. And I did cut out the flower background. I contemplated trying to find some more contrast between that background and the black and white child reading, but I think I'm going to do it the way it is. So I just took a picture of it, which I'm going to superimpose on this video for you. And then I need to work on gluing each piece down exactly where I want it. So that's my next step. I decided not to put the city background. It's too busy. It's too much. And I think this works just the way it is. Excuse me. So I'm very happy with that. I'm so happy with how that is coming out. So my postcards, all right. I cut out some more crocodiles. And I'm going to call this series A Predator in the House of the People. I feel like that's real appropriate. And it's kind of silly the way it looks with these cartoon crocodiles, but I still like it and I think it's relevant. So I got this guy. There's actually one where he looks mad. So I wish he looked mad. Oh, here's the one where he looks mad. I wish he looked mad in all of them. Oh, there's two where he looks mad. Okay, so I still have to cut out this one. And it's totally fine if I can only see half of him, because then I just have him coming out the side of the postcard. So this one, he's pretty mad. And this one. So I was doing one with the flamingo on it, but if it's called Predator in the House of the People, I'm going to put this little tiny one on that page too. So there's one of him. And then this one, he's really, really mad. So this story in this book is about this crocodile, and his mom takes him to the store one day, and apparently, and he needed a toothbrush, and apparently birds must pick stuff out of the teeth of crocodiles because it says finest crocodile toothbrushes, and it's a bunch of birds. So he took one of this is called Bill and Pete. So Bill is the crocodile and Pete is the bird. So he bought Pete or his mom did, as a toothbrush. And then they became friends. But then one day they were hanging out at the Nile, maybe. I don't know, some big river. Yes, it was the Nile. So they're at the Nile, and there's a guy on a bicycle, and he's kidnapping basically crocodiles to sell them elsewhere to make luggage. And so Bill gets kidnapped, but Pete, his toothbrush, picks the lock on the cage with his teeth, and then they go and scare the guy. And so this wasn't the last one, it was almost the last frame, is the kidnapper guy running naked away from them. So I'm probably gonna, after I take the ones I want for these postcards, I'll probably just go through this book and cut out some things that I could use in the future for other things, so I don't have to keep the whole book. Anyway, it's such a cute little book. So then I also wanted to show you that I found some pages from the old, and I was just going through my boxes and I saw the old, the vintage I don't know what year they're from, encyclopedias, and I was like, I could take those out, but I've already got a lot of stuff. So, but I did find a few pages that I had, and this is the alligator page. So it's got these just great illustrations, you know, old illustrations. I just love that. So those encyclopedias will reunite with me sometime in the future. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention about this cutter that I love so much is, so this piece flips up and you put your paper under it for cutting, and this is like the cut line, but on this flap on the cut line is a thin line of metal. And so that really helps you cut something straight. Like if you wanted to cut something and you kind of marked the top and the bottom, this metal, whatever it is here, it's almost like a piece of metal wire. It will make sure you cut it exactly straight. And using this helps me make better 45-degree angle cuts. Isn't that 90 degree, 45? 90 degree angle cuts. So that, like this flower background for the Gaza piece, I didn't get it exactly 90 degrees. But what I sometimes do is I just put it so it overlaps the page a little bit, and then flip the page over and just cut it so it's level with the page. Anyway, just this line thing just helps so much. So glad I found this before I shipped all these boxes away, because I looked to buy a new one and they're not cheap. So I didn't really want to do that since I knew I already had one. Okay, so I'm just going to keep cutting out. I'd like to get the rest of these alligators cut out before I make the next video. And then I can start placing them and figure out all the pieces that I'm going to keep from this book. So I think that is it for today. Thanks so much for being on this journey with me. It's fun. I'm kind of having to force myself. Again, there's a lot going on in the world that all of us are trying to cope with. And it's like, ooh, tiny details that I need to concentrate on. So this is probably good for my concentration to have to think about something different than all of that terrible stuff. So I hope you guys are all doing your best to cope in your situations. I know this is not easy for anyone. So I will see you guys tomorrow.